I was on top. I was feeling good.
Careful. Relax a little bit.
Gatorade signed me. You can't get really much better than that.
I have a Jack King.
I told you, patience is a virtue. He sucks.
But then demons started creeping in and depression hit me. It came out of nowhere. I pride myself to keep moving forward in tough situations, but I couldn't stop it no matter what I tried to do. The more I pushed for it to go away, it came stronger and stronger until it beat me to my knees. The moment I try to get up, I'm getting beaten down again. It was so dark, it felt like I was in hell. You get over the pain, and before you know it, you're back in the pain. That's what it felt like. It was torture. And I said to myself, I don't want to box no more. I'm done. This is not even me. And I told my mom, I need help.
I'm so proud of my son for everything he's gone through and, overcome. It's amazing. It's an amazing journey.
In boxing, more than most sports, feelings can be mislabeled as weakness. Garcia knows better because he understands the power that can be culled from facing and reconciling an unseen opponent.
The camera catches Ryan Garcia in a different rhythm this time, and it's noticeable from the first frame. No rush, no extra chatter, just steady work and long looks of concentration as camp settles into a serious grind. The speed is still there, obviously, but now it's paired with patience. Ryan's focusing on positioning, on staying balanced after every punch, on not giving anything back for free.
Here you go, baby. Drive. Yeah, baby. Good work. Woo. I'm 215 pounds. You pulling me like...
Once he gets in that mode, it's over.
Look good.
I got numerous NFL guys, MLB guys, and he has a mindset far and beyond all of them kids, which is crazy. Go! He's going to be as fast as he can be, as strong as he can be. We're going to get the knockout.
Go. 10 more. 10 more.
10 more.
Ready? Go. There you go.
Even when I'm tired, 10 more. 10 more. Until I've done 1 million.
You messed with the wrong Instagram fighter.
And after I beat him, 10 more. That's my mentality right now.
Against Mario Barrios, that matters. Barrios is tall, durable, and comfortable when fights stretch into uncomfortable minutes. And Ryan knows this camp isn't about moments, it's about control. You see it in the sparring, where he's stacking combinations instead of hunting one shot.
Garcia started boxing early, at age 7. He trained under his father, Henry, while the rest of the family provided never-ending support.
My dad created a shed for us to train in. It was like a little barn. It was funny, I was always seen as somebody that was destined to make it. In my family, they just always felt like I was going to have an impact on boxing. There's been times in my life that I've said to myself, you better push it. You better win. Like my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there. It was cross country. And I said to myself, if I lose in this tournament and I got to do this long ride back home, it's just going to be torture. So I swear on my life, nobody was beating me. And I actually fought a southpaw. Guess what I did to him? Punished him. And came back with the national title. So that was good.
And in the drills, where defense comes immediately after offense, not as an afterthought. There's a quiet edge to how he moves, like someone who understands what's at stake and doesn't need to advertise it.
It's over now. It's over now. That energy! She's getting destroyed. She's getting destroyed. I don't care about the story no more. It's coming to an end. It's done. It's finished. Put in steak in it. Done. No more story. You had a good run, like I told him. It was a nice little cute story. It's over with now.
It's over.
I got a longer story. That's the difference. His chapter's done. He had a fun little one, a little cute one. He did good for his city, but it's over now.
This preparation feels deliberate, almost restrained, like Ryan is trying to prove something to himself before proving anything to the world. It's less about flash and more about readiness, and that shift might be the most dangerous part of this version of him.
Everybody always wants to cut 5 to 10 pounds the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right. He has the nutrition on point. We're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. We're keeping it focused. We're keeping it strong. We're keeping it powerful. We're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
While Ryan sharpens speed and control, Mario Barrios is preparing like a man who's already lived through the storm and knows exactly what it feels like. The work doesn't look flashy, but it's heavy. Long rounds, steady pressure, and a focus on fundamentals that don't fade when the fight gets uncomfortable.
Why am I doing this? Why didn't I stay in school? Days and workouts like that, they push you to a mental where you really have to question, like, why am I doing this? For me, I have a couple of reasons. For myself, I've been in boxing since I was 6. I have love for this game. Some fighters, Pacquiao for example, I think that's what it is. You just have love for the sport. You can't get enough of it. This shit sucks. Have a love-hate relationship with this guy. But everything just it comes together like a puzzle on fight night.
Barrios is drilling behind the jab, closing distance patiently, touching the body, then coming back upstairs. The kind of habits that don't trend online but win late rounds. You can feel the experience in how he moves. Calm feet, composed eyes, no wasted motion. This camp feels built around durability and discipline, knowing Ryan's speed can't be chased. It has to be managed.
When all is said and done, more is said than done, and today a hell of a lot is getting done. Let's get it.
Yep. Good work. I say it often, but I have confidence in my preparation. You know, I'm making sure I'm on top of everything.
Even as the Barrios is fully conscious of his opponent's nearly flawless knockout rate despite being the larger fighter. Barrios has no intention of outsparkling anyone. He is making an effort to be in the moment at all times and correct errors as they occur. The assurance comes out as calm yet resolute, as if the person has more faith in his preparedness than in his forecasts. His past experiences with elite names, genuine power, and real pressure are evident in how seriously he is approaching this moment. This has nothing to do with surprises. It has to do with preparation. When the argument begins to pose challenging questions.
It's a neck exercise right here, so this is just, you gotta have a strong neck to take shots, and we've been putting more emphasis on that this camp than I think he's ever done his whole career, so. All right, let's get it. Shoulders back, good, great back, and good. This is a tough opponent, and he needs to take things to another level. Mario has to be in great shape, and he has to be able to move around the ring the whole fight and use his advantages.
Just when you think everyone is focused on Mario Barrios working quietly and following the script, Wade Plemons interrupts and poses the awkward question that everyone is avoiding. Does Ryan Garcia genuinely respect the threat he faces? Or is he not considering this as a title moment, but rather as another content chapter? Wade isn't yelling hot takes, which is why I enjoy his perspective here. He is examining trends. He basically says, look, we've seen this movie twice already, when he sees Ryan with the backpack, the twin mics, the streaming, and the theatrical effects.
But I don't like see the idea of like, oh, Joe's a traitor for training Mario Barrios after training Ryan Garcia. He's trying to make a living as well. He's got to continue training fighters. If someone like Barrios comes to him, I know every coach has a different rule about this, but if you don't have ties to the fighter that you used to have ties to, I don't see a problem with training another fighter as long as you're doing it ethically and you're not like poaching and like getting insiders in camps and stuff like that. Joe got to make a living.
Ryan is deadly when he's tumultuous but shrewd, like pre-Haney. He appears uncertain when he is silent but flat, like he was before Raleigh. Wade is diagnosing rather than hating. Furthermore, it is context rather than disdain when he refers to Barrios as the most accessible champion. Availability indicates opportunity rather than vulnerability. And when you handle them lightly, those are the arguments that destroy careers. Wade's leaning into the Joe Goosen wrinkle is another great move, since it transforms the argument from one about punch speed to one about chess with receipts.
I first found out that Joe was gonna go ahead and train Mario Barrios. I was taken back. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? Why would a coach that trained my son all of a sudden turn around and train somebody else to go against my son? He's done this in the past, but I also remember that he told me specifically that when Ryan is 100%, no one can beat him. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Ryan is 100%.
Although it seems humorous, Wade Plemons' quip about Ryan needing fake motivation like a grudge from the Jordan era is true. To flick the switch, some warriors require pandemonium. What's frightening is that Barrios doesn't. Mario Barrios is composed, skilled, and at ease letting the other man expend energy. Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, is the one who is stepping into a trap. Press conference theatrics, ego fireworks, and 8-ounce gloves all create noise, but Wade keeps coming back to the same topic. Ryan can't miss this opportunity. Boxing stops forgiving you once the excuses pile up, not because of hype. This is where the tension lies. Discipline determines who receives the belt, but fireworks are promised.
Barrios is a big dude compared. I think Barrios is probably bigger than Ryan. So massive, massive opportunity. No one obviously ever wants to lose a fight, but I feel like this is a can't lose for Ryan Garcia. You cannot lose this one.
I'm sorry, Mario, I forgot you. Oh, no, here you go, Mario.
Right.
There you go. 8 ounce or 10 ounce. He picked 8. So we're not even going to give it to him. Actually, you know what? You already made your decision.
All right.
What is wrong with Ryan?
And immediately following Wade Plemons' conclusion, he begins to prod at the mayhem surrounding Ryan in the manner of a man tapping a glass to see what breaks first. When Mario Barrios and Joe Goosen get down, the conversation subtly changes gears. They sound like two individuals who had prepared for the storm and constructed a roof before it came. What strikes me right away is how Barrios discusses timing, not enthusiasm or anxiety, but timing. For example, in the natural order of things, this combat landing now makes sense. When he states that this matchup is more valuable now than it would be later, that's grown man energy. In essence, he is urging, apt him before the legend solidifies, and I adore that consciousness. Joe is also not defensive in the slightest. When he dismisses the entire traitor story and queries what the benefit of undermining Ryan would even be, he seems almost delighted by the drama. That veteran has been in the business for too long to be shaken by news reports. The way they both portray Ryan is what counts.
You've had back-to-back draws. How important is it for you that you need to be decisive in each round, especially against a named guy like that, the popularity, if it does go the 12-round distance?
Oh yeah, no, it's very important. I'm looking to have a very clear and a very dominant, win, whether it's by stoppage or whether it's by decision. And so I know, like, going into this fight, every round is going to be important. Pressing our game plan and pressing everything that we are.
Barrios doesn't romanticize him, but he also doesn't discount him. He states unequivocally that the Raleigh fight appeared to be a man who psychologically checked out when things went wrong. It's not trash talk, either. Scouting is what that is. And you hear a fighter who knows that appearances count when you're the champion that no one really believes in yet when he states that the objective is to dominate each round, both emotionally and physically. Joe exemplifies that by stating that you must presume you're receiving the best Ryan imaginable or you're already behind and refuses to get ready for a broken Ryan. Discipline is that. Structure is that. No shortcuts. The reflections of Pacquiao are also important. Not as justifications, but as teachings of beginning sooner, pushing faster, preventing time from affecting rhythm. This side seems like pressure rising subtly in an enclosed room, whereas Ryan's side is noisy and flammable. Just choices, modifications, and intent. No flexing, no worry. And because of that disparity, this fight feels risky in ways that people haven't yet completely understood.
Reflect back on the Rolly fight yeah, can you derive certain things that he may or may not do well, or are there, faults that he has that you could pick out on that one? But, then I got to assume he's cleaned that up for this fight. So I don't look back and count on him making the same mistakes he made in the last fight. I want to train Mario to face the best Ryan Garcia that he can possibly be.
As soon as Barrios and Goosen have finished speaking, the camera shifts to Ryan Garcia, and the tone drastically changes, resembling engineers quietly tightening bolts before launch. It's just trickier, not louder. I don't hear any justifications when Ryan gets into this illusionary rhetoric. I hear intent. He's essentially saying, yeah, I'm training 3 times a day while you're watching an hour of streaming and thinking that's the story. That is a magician acknowledging the trick's deception without revealing it. When he dissects the regimen, early workouts, boxing, and conditioning on top of conditioning, it corresponds with what his body is already displaying. He isn't going into this battle by guessing. Additionally, I adore how he presents the streaming as advertising, not a diversion. Ryan is stating, I am able to walk while chewing gum. The majority of boxers continue to trip over the laces. The assurance of being ahead of the curve also seems familiar since, like it or not, boxing always ends up imitating whoever gets the most attention initially.
So it's something that, I was trying to create an illusion, of, almost like you said, a magic trick. But in honesty, we're training really hard. We wake up, we hit the gym right away, 8:30. Then we can do boxing training, hours, running, boom. And then I'll fit in whatever I can with streaming. The streaming takes an hour, hour and a half out of your day. You get content, you boom. It's all part of the show. It's all part of the promotion.
Ryan's face-off moment with Mario Barrios is iconic. He tests emotions, sees who flinches, and even clowns the boots as if he's probing for anxieties beneath the laughter. It's half joke, half inquiry. What counts most, though, is when he dismisses Joe Goosen's presence in the other corner and concentrates on me instead. Growth is that. That would have become a saga under old Ryan. In the nicest way possible, this Ryan sounds concentrated and nearly monotonous. You can see it's not promotional stuff when he adds that winning this is important to him and his father. That is the silent voice of legacy pressure. When you put everything together, it doesn't feel chaotic. It seems like orderly chaos. The side of Barrio is constructing walls. Mirrors are being thrown around by Ryan's side. The frightening thing is that both strategies can be effective. Whose reality endures when the bell sounds is the only question that remains.
Just gotta focus on me. That's it. Focus on me, tightening up my skills, my craft, my game plan. Whatever they got, It don't really matter. Once you're in there, whoever comes sharper that day wins.
Yeah. What would it mean to you and Danu, to your dad?
It'll mean everything, man. It's going to be a very emotional moment when it happens, and we are excited for this opportunity. We're going to give it.
When everything is taken into consideration, this battle becomes more about identity and less about excitement. Ryan Garcia is balancing pressure, discipline, and misdirection without allowing one to overpower the other, moving like a man attempting to master himself before controlling the occasion. Mario Barrios, however, is sticking to who he is and relying on rounds, routines, and experience to reveal impatience when it manifests. Mirrors and timing make up one side. The other is endurance and structure. Because neither strategy is incorrect, but only one makes it through 12 rounds before the cacophony stops and the battle begins to pose serious problems. That is why this matchup feels so unstable. This goes beyond simply pitting star power against grit or speed against Siziat's belief versus evidence, control versus attrition. It's your turn now. When last-minute changes are required, whose style falters first? Leave a comment with your ideas. Let's have a serious discussion. Additionally, remember to subscribe, like, and share Boxing Headquarters. See you at the following one.